I think every child worries during competitions. I worry myself since I'm new to competitions, and I understand what Maria is going through. I cannot remain calm when I watch her. They're doing their best, and you look with pride at how they run and how happy they are. I always thought that I was slow. We can imagine how Ukrainian skiers train in winter. What happens when the season is over? Ten-year-old Maria Lysenko has been skiing for several years now, but today she has roller training. Her skiing career began from her rollers, back when she was 5 years old. It began as individual training with Vova. Maria worried a little, but after the first meetings she said that Vova is amazing. Even though he sometimes doesn't smile, she likes him, so it was love at first sight. I remember the first time when I tried to roller skate. I didn't want to move at all. I liked to spend time with my parents, to take walks with them in parks, and they got me there, and I liked it. I had training on grass at first, so I could hold my balance, and then we moved to skating on pavements.
Устойчиво стояла, а потом уже мы перешли на асфальт.
We practiced roller skating for a reason, but then winter came and Vova said, "Let's try skiing." We were a little bit concerned because my husband and I had never practiced skiing. No worries, we trust Vova 100%, so we tried it. Masha loved it, so it really took off. It worked out for her, and now we cannot miss it even for a year. I think it has quite a positive effect on her. Children become disciplined. They learn how to enjoy friendships, try to help each other. Plus, these are outdoor sports. It's hard to imagine how one can walk with their children for 2 hours so actively, just as actively as our coaches. It is awesome.
Как наши тренеры. Вот, в общем, это, замечательно. Я считаю, что просто лучше не бывает.
The passage from rollers to skiing turned out to be quite easy. Getting over fear of going down a ski slope was much harder. The ski slope at the Protasiv Yar sport complex in Kyiv seemed to be so high for mother and young athlete. When I saw a slope for the first time at Protasiv Yar, I was just shocked. I looked at how children of different ages were in the team, from the age of 2, how they ski. They were like gurus for me. I had a lot of emotions when I saw it from top to bottom. I cannot say anything because this fear is with me all the time. I cannot watch them in a detached manner. At first we hired skis at Protasiv Yar. I liked it a lot. They were pink and white, small ones. I had a silver helmet and a white ski mask then. Of course, we tried to work individually. We learned how to do basic turns and stops. We trained so she could enter the team, and then we trained with the team. At first we visited a small one, it looked this big for me. I was afraid to climb the big one, and we reached it with the coach. It looked so rapid. I thought it was vertical. Maria calls these mountains a hill, since she has experience of skiing on professional and serious tracks, as well as winning at prestigious youth competitions in Europe, like the International Kids Trophy. Maria Lysenko is the winner of a variety of competitions in skiing sports. Masha's focus is now on 2 disciplines, the slalom and the giant slalom. These are more technical, they're performed at low speeds, and we will see if there is any fear, and if there isn't any, we'll try faster techniques.
Перейдем на скоростные виды тоже.
Both coach and parents believe that Maria is a fearless, hardworking and attentive child. She has no issues about studying, and when she has them, they're easy to overcome.
Флажки, да, я боялась.
I was afraid a lot of hitting flags. I said so to my parents and coach, and he said I should buy some shin guards.
Надо щитки купить.
This winter we went to buy some protective gear for the arms and knees for the slalom, and arms for the giant slalom. Here, this one is also for the slalom. As there are short turns in the slalom, it's easier to hit them with your arm, so the flagpoles won't be bothering you.
Там же слалом, там коротенькие повороты, там надо еще рукой сбивать, там лучше, чтобы древко не мешало.
A large youth skiing contest called International Kids Trophy 2019 was held in Austria recently, at which Maria took first prize. It was thanks to her victory that the Ukrainian anthem was played at such prestigious competitions for the first time.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the national anthem of the Ukraine.
About 980 participants took part, and they were divided by age categories, born since 2011 and born before 2005. These categories were divided by age, and every category had about 80 to 100 participants, and Maria was able to win here for the first time in Ukraine's history.
Вот, и Маша смогла впервые в истории Украины выиграть на этих стартах.
Первый день мне
I was a little annoyed on the first day because every year goes like this. In last year's contest, I took fourth place and got second place for a second time. This year I didn't win anything on the first day because I missed a flag at high speed, but on the second day I got first place in the giant discipline, and I didn't miss a thing.
И дальше, на второй день я выиграла первое, поскольку там был уже гигант и ничего не пропускала.
Last year she lagged behind the leader by just 0.04 of a second. She won it this year, winning by just hundredths of a second ahead of a German girl, I think. I think every child worries during competitions. I worry myself, since I'm new to competitions, and I understand what Maria is going through. In overall terms, she has showed herself to be a goal-oriented girl. She is brave and she can work with speed, and speed is essential in skiing. We always looked at the online results, as there was video streaming this year. There were many participants, children to adolescents, so they performed on different ski trails and the camera could not capture every one of them. So we didn't see our kid, but we were rooting for all the other kids.
Своего ребенка не видели, но мы болели за всех остальных.
Young Ukrainian skiers showed high marks, winning 5 awards at these competitions. Maria dedicates her award and shares her happiness with those team members who tried their best but didn't win a prize. After all, the whole team had defended the country's honor. Maria gives all her potential to sports. She lives and breathes it. She gets strength and energy during training, and at competitions she moves fast without any hesitation. Yet there is one more place where our young athlete shows other facets of her character. There are children who are introverted, and she was so kind and open from the very beginning. It was interesting for her, because we tried to entertain kids, and she found her place instantly. We're always happy to see her, our little sunshine girl. She's gradually growing, and is now in the middle collective. She's very good, has a good voice and ear. She's been singing for a long time and sometimes performs a solo. She's dedicated to this. She's nothing but kind, polite and smiley. She never causes problems. There are all kinds of children, but she's a golden child, believe me. I mean her character.
Нам просто в садике говорили...
Music teachers in kindergarten who would come and go told us, "Your child sings very well. She has a good musical ear. She should go to music classes as an extra discipline." We asked our friends and found out that the Glier school holds classes for young kids.
Там у них и ритмика, и
They hold rhythm and singing classes. We went there from the age of 3. Then we came to the choir. The choir's members know that Maria is a prominent athlete in her discipline. They're always flexible and allow her to visit competitions. The sports character already formed in her and the passion for her vocation helped Maria to grow in the music field. First of all, she's disciplined, sure. Secondly, she sits and stands with a straight back. She quickly understands the instructions. As I say, there are no problems with Maria. On the contrary, she is our choir's little sunshine. Sure, sometimes she's moody, sometimes she's tired or under a lot of stress. We don't bother her a lot then. We have lots of teaching methods when we don't pressure her, but Maria never has problems. She would not come here with such stress, physical stress. She would not come, but she never misses any classes. Besides, her mother is a good person. She always notices when they're about to leave somewhere. She's always a bit shy, as if I was going to say don't think of leaving. Their family is very good. They give their children everything they can, and they're modest at the same time. Maria is good at memorizing text and sequences of digits, quite a feature that made her enter the Ukraine record book. Maria studies different courses on the development of intellectual abilities. One of her tasks was to remember 100 decimal places after the comma in the P number. At first we learned it, but then she started to train herself on computer for a time. In the Ukraine record book, they recorded her skill of typing 100 digits after the comma on a computer in 19 seconds. Maria even exceeded expectations when she memorized 150 digits and can quickly recite Fibonacci numbers. She even learned the calendar off by heart. The calendar is important. She develops her memory. She learned the calendar for 2018 and 2019. We started to teach her last year, asking what day of the week it would be on a specific date and month of these years. She recollects it, calculates it, and tells us. I don't know how she does it. I just really wanted it. My parents set my mind to this. Like if I learn it, they'll give you a present, an ice cream or something like that. And I began to be more attentive because I really wanted that surprise gift. And everything went well.
И я стала очень стараться, потому что мне очень хотелось этого сюрприза. И у меня все так получилось.
Whoever wants to ensure health when being lazy acts similarly in an illogical way to a person who thinks their silence can improve their voice. Greek philosopher Plutarch believed, young athlete Maria Lysenko is not lazy and is always in the spotlight. She has a lot of unconquered peaks ahead, and she has to work hard to conquer them. She is inspired by the example of her coach. I want to become, I want to ski professionally. I want to go to a World Cup, and I want to be a coach when I'm an adult, perhaps when I'm 32 to 34 years old. Bold and talented, daring and restless, independent and happy. They're our future. They're the future of Ukraine.